Welcome, everybody, to this session on AI and service. My name is Ryan Nichols. I'm the Chief Customer Officer of Service Cloud out from San Francisco, and I'm so excited for today's conversation. I'm going to start with an acknowledgement to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, and recognize their continuing connection to land, waters, and culture. We pay respect to elders past and present. And I'd also like to extend that gratitude to all of you. This is such an important topic about AI and service that affects not just those of us in the room, but the millions of people around the world that make their living in our service centers and our contact centers. This is an important topic, so thank you for making time for it today. It has never been harder to be a service leader. There are two reasons for that. One is that customer expectations are higher than ever. 77% of customers expect an instant connection when they reach out to a business they're doing, a company they're doing business with. That is incredible and impossible to achieve. Customers want zero hold time. They want a personal touch. They want to work with an expert. They want instant gratification. At the same time, our service teams are being asked to do more with less. They're overwhelmed with low-value tasks. 41% of time is wasted on low-value and repetitive tasks. How is it possible to meet these two things at the same time? Well, this isn't a trick question. You've probably seen the answer on the banners around this event today. It is AI. That is how we bridge these impossibly high customer expectations and the demands on our service team to do more with less. But we've heard this before. AI needs to be different this time. We need not just AI to make predictions or to generate answers. We need AI to be part of a digital workforce. And that's what AI agents are all about. So let's go back to those customer expectations for a second. Customers have always had a real appetite to engage with a company before purchase, during purchase, after purchase. They have questions. What's the product roadmap? How does this work? They want to engage with us throughout the cycle. And the limitation has always been the ability of our human workforce to meet our customers where they are in the journey. That limitation is no more. Now we can meet customers where they are with AI agents, before purchase, during purchase, after purchase. Zero hold time, engage instantly, that personal touch. That's what it takes to meet customer expectations. It's great for the bottom line and helps us delight our customers. So how do we achieve this? How do we bring a digital workforce into our company? Well, it's time to shift with a platform that brings together the essential ingredients. You need those service workflows. You need data on your customers, you need knowledge, and you need an AI engine that can not just make predictions, but actually take action on behalf of your customers. Well, that is what we've built with Service Cloud, the #1 platform for digital labor for service. We've brought together every channel that you engage with your customers on for every type of service at every point in the customer journey. From the first exposure to their brand on a website, to digital channels, engagement over voice, to the most intensive type of service delivered out in the field. All of those types of service brought together on one platform helps you drive down your cost to serve and delight your customers by deploying AI agents. Whether it's AI agents that are there engaging with their customers autonomously, answering their questions and resolving their issues, or agents that are assisting your contact center workers, your supervisors, to make service better than ever. So we're gonna talk a little bit about how to achieve this with Agentforce. You've heard about the platform all day today, and it's really at the core of this. This is what's essential to move from predictive AI to actual digital workforce. And the heart of it is this Atlas reasoning engine. This is making a plan for how to serve your customers, evaluating that plan against a set of objectives for your service, and then executing that plan step by step. So how do you make this transition? That's what we're gonna spend the rest of our time together today. It starts with self-service. That's the most dramatic shift is from deploying AI agents for self-service. We're gonna talk about how to elevate your reps to trusted advisors, how to deliver agents for proactive field service, and then finally, how to use Agentforce to turn insights into action. Let's start with self-service. To do that, please welcome to the stage my friend and colleague, Matt Watson. Come on up.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan, and hello, everyone. For those that don't know me, Matt Watson from Service. Thrilled to be here. Thank you for making time to spend with us today. Let's jump straight into step one, which is all about putting AI agents to work in your customer channels. And Agentforce makes that easy with out-of-the-box templates that allow you to get started really quickly. In fact, the customer that's shown on the slide here, Saks, was able to get up and running in their first weekend that we went live with this. And as an autonomous AI agent, Agentforce is able to handle not only those simple requests, but those complex requests with empathy and care, navigating pivots in conversation across any channel. And it's able to do that by understanding not just text, but also images and audio. And that ability for it to understand and take action on what the customer is asking for is what sets it apart from legacy chatbots. So we're gonna now see Agentforce in action, and I wanna welcome to the, well, not to the stage, but to the environment, Jeremy and John. Welcome, guys, thank you. And we're gonna start in the back end, showing you how an agent is built in 3 simple steps. The first step in building an agent, and you've probably seen this in other sessions today, is defining a topic. Think of a topic as a job to be done. In this case, order management. Once we've chosen our topic, we define its scope and instructions, what we want this agent to do. And you'll notice here that this is all written in conversational language. So imagine sitting with your best service reps in the contact center who are great at solving complex order management inquiries, capturing how they do it in their own language, and then bringing it back here to build an agent that can do those same things. The final step in building an agent is to give it actions, things that it can do. And there are a bunch of out-of-the-box actions that we ship. But for those of you that have been using Salesforce for a while, think about all of the lightning flows or the Apex processes or the custom prompts that you've built. All of those can be made accessible to your agents as well to allow them to take action. So with that, we've built our agent, no bot dialogues, all in simple clicks. Let's jump in and now look at that from a customer's perspective. And I'm gonna play the role of Emily, a customer of Sunny Foods, a B2B manufacturing company that supplies vending machines to stores. And Emily is going to reach out to Sunny Foods on her channel of choice, messaging for in-app, and she's going to ask about a new vending machine for one of her stores. She's greeted by the agent that we just built, and it's instantly able to come back with some personalized recommendations for her. No big complex bot dialogue. It's worth unpacking how it's done that. Because it's connected to the CRM, it's connected to Emily's profile data, her store history, the vending machine she already has, it's able to very easily personalize a set of options for her that are tailored to her needs. But we're gonna throw a pivot in this conversation. Emily changes topic a little and asks about protein snacks, so things that she wants to stock in her vending machine. Again, we're not sent back to the start of a dialogue menu. We're able to instantly pivot, provide her some options, even offering to connect her to a local supplier. So when Emily is able to make a decision on the vending machine that she would like, Agentforce is also able to help her schedule a time for implementation. And because of its ability to understand natural language, when she says something like, I'm free that Thursday or Friday in the afternoon, it's able to understand that and personalize the responses that it offers to her. And you can see here, she's booked in and scheduled her appointment. So that's a fantastic example of how Agentforce is able to solve those simple inquiries. Imagine scaling a process like this to thousands or millions of your customers. So with Agentforce taking care of those routine tasks, the next step is how we can elevate your human reps to be trusted advisors, because they're going to be dealing with those more complex and challenging inquiries from your customers that need that human connection. And again, Agentforce can help here as well, integrating AI seamlessly into the flow of work. With our recently launched Service Planner, Service Assistant, we're able to get AI recommendations in our Service Console grounded in the organizational knowledge of your organization and the customer's case details, their intent, and their previous engagement history, ensuring that we're equipping your service reps with the information that they need to deliver personalized, contextual recommendations for your customers. So again, we're going to jump in and take a look at this and see how Agentforce can help your service reps go from overwhelmed to outstanding. Now, Sunny Foods monitors the health of all its vending machines out in the field. And it's noticed that one of Emily's vending machines in one of her stores is not working properly. And so it's reached out to her, again, in that same channel of choice, messaging in the app, and it's let her know that one of her machines isn't working. Now, Emily would like to just replace the machine. But this is where that grounding that you've heard a lot about today becomes so important. Agentforce is linked to the organizational knowledge base and is able to come back with a policy-compliant response saying to Emily that unfortunately her machine is out of the exchange window, but she can log an exemption request if she would like, and Agentforce can help her do that. Capturing Emily's information, linking it to her customer profile, submitting that case, and assigning it to the most appropriate service rep in the Sunny Foods organization. A great example of autonomous agents working together with human reps to collaborate. If we now switch perspectives to our service rep, John, in the Service Console, he has everything he needs at his fingertips to be successful here. And he can see Emily's case come into his inbox. And as he picks that up, he has Emily's customer profile on the left-hand side, powered by Data Cloud, including all of the information that he needs, including her loyalty status and purchase history. But right in the middle of the screen, we have the Service Assistant, that AI in the flow of work. And as John accepts Agentforce's offer to draft a plan, he's provided with a step-by-step guideline on what he should do to resolve this exemption request. And after confirming some basic product information and reviewing knowledge articles that are attached, the next step would normally have been for him to manually go through Emily's history and make sure that she doesn't have a history of logging excessive exemption requests. But we can see here that Agentforce has already done that. So I just need to quickly verify that that all looks correct, and I can move on to the next step, and we need to get back to Emily with some options. So again, Agentforce is able to help here, drafting an email that we can send back to Emily, and even suggesting some alternative machines that are in stock that we could supply. It also adds an upgrade discount into the offer, connecting Service Cloud with Commerce Cloud as another game-changing differentiator. So we can take that recommendation, we can personalize it even further if we like, and we can send it off to Emily. Now, normally in a contact center world, you'd now go into after conversation work and you'd have lots of manual tasks to do to wrap everything up. But again, we can work with Agentforce to help in that part of the process as well, allowing it to summarize the resolution and close the case in the flow of work without needing me to manually type all of it up, and allowing John to get back to his next customer more quickly. But the innovation doesn't stop there. All of that goodness we've shown so far is on the customer side and in the contact center. We're also able to take all of that out to your field workforce, your field technicians. And to tell that next part of the story, allow me to welcome to the stage my friend and colleague, Jamie Mervyn.
Thank you, Matt. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I've had the pleasure of working across ANZ for the past 5 years, supporting field service organizations. Now, you've seen agents. I hope you've seen a lot of agents here today, but field service organizations need to rely on skilled teams. And the only time you might be on site in front of your customer is when the technician is there, right? So let's have a think about your last on-site visit. Was it easy to schedule? Was it on time? Were you able to resolve a first-time fix? The reality that I see is field service processes are riddled with inefficiencies, and at a time where we have more data than ever to empower our teams. So how do we do that? AI, of course. So you've seen scheduling skill today. You've seen how we can schedule autonomously 24/7 on your customer's channel of choice, but that's not all. We've been busy at Salesforce, we've been really busy, and here are my top 3 innovations I wanna share with you today. Number one is Agentforce is now available in your dispatch console. So dispatchers have one place to scale all the appointments in your business. Number 2, my personal favorite, asset service prediction. This is all about doing more proactive maintenance. I can't tell you how many customers tell me I need to do more preventative maintenance. It comes at a higher margin. This is how we're gonna do it. And number 3, technicians now have troubleshooting in the field via multimodal functionality. So image, text, and voice. All right, let's see this in action. So we're gonna start with our dispatcher here at Sunny Foods. Her name is Sophie, and she's gonna come into the field service dispatch console. You'll see on the left-hand side here, this is where you can keep track of all of your people, assets, and equipment all in one place. Now, you'll notice there's a few gaps in the schedules. Can you see that there? We wanna utilize our technicians at Sunny Foods as much as possible, and that's not supposed to be empty. So what Sophie's gonna do is she's gonna come into Agentforce, and she's gonna ask it for some analysis on what's happened. Agentforce knows that overnight, we've had more appointments canceled than usual, and it's gonna recommend that we be proactive and do some upcoming maintenance jobs that we have in the coming weeks, months, while we're already out on site. Now, this is a great result for Sophie as a dispatcher. This means customer experiences increase. This means no future truck rolls. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna go ahead and approve those changes. I hope you can see they've appeared in our Gantt chart here. And she's ready to go. Her technicians can now start their day. Awesome. All right, we're gonna shift now to the technician view. And this is Lily. Lily starts her day, and she's gonna receive an AI-generated pre-work brief to her phone. She's gonna be able to listen to this on the way to the appointment. Now, this is a huge productivity increase for Lily. She used to arrive on site, she used to get out the laptop in the U and start going through the notes. Not anymore. She can listen it on the way and save herself a lot of time. So what she's gonna do from here, she's gonna start the job and start going through the work plan steps. She's gonna come into the connected asset data, which can bring in that trapped asset IoT sensor data and bring it all into the palm of her hand. She sees the asset health score, and she's gonna start troubleshooting on the actual asset itself. Now, on the asset, she receives an error. Historically, this would have been a major setback. Lily would have had to call back and forth to the office. She might have even had to leave the job altogether, but not with Agentforce. She's able to, with her voice and taking an image, send this through for some analysis on how she can resolve the error. This is huge. Let's take a pause here. Agentforce knows the asset history, it knows the work order history, it knows where she is in the job, and furthermore, it knows that she doesn't have that part in her van. So it's gonna suggest that she order this part from a nearby supplier. This is a great result for Lily. This is a great way to improve that technician experience. She's able to then jump back into the job and start finishing out her work plan steps. But that's not all. Agentforce is now also a revenue driver for your field teams. With product recommendations and data capture form, she's able to seamlessly log an upsell opportunity directly into the app, which flows through to her field service teams. Lily finishes up her steps, and with Agentforce, she asks for a quick summary of the job today. So again, she doesn't have to return to the car. She doesn't have to fill out her notes. It's all done for her. This is the power of humans with AI. This is increasing not only customer, but employee experience. Without further ado, I'm gonna welcome Ryan Nichols back to stage, our Chief Customer Officer, to bring us home.
Thank you, Jamie. That was fantastic. Wow. We are gonna bring this home with our service supervisors, our service leaders. Because if you think about it, everything that we just saw, all of that customer engagement with our field service technicians, with our contact center, the self-service experience, each one of those engagements was a signal about how we can do service better next time. But right now, all those signals are typically fragmented, right? Dozens of different systems, lots of different silos of data. Let's take a look at what it looks like to bring that all together. This is CX Intelligence, a tool to help you turn insights into action. CX Intelligence brings together all of those customer engagement signals from every channel, every type of service, whether it's an explicit signal like a customer feedback score or net promoter score, or whether it's an implicit signal, the sentiment of a conversation. It's brought together so that you can take action to improve CSAT and maximize the lifetime value of those customers while driving down cost to serve. Let's see it in action and switch over to our demo. So I'm gonna play the part of a service supervisor at Sunny Foods, and this is where I start my day. I start my day in my omni-channel dashboard where I see everything that's going on in my service operations. See my wait time, my capacity, who's online, who's not online. Get all those stats together in one place. And then I can drill in. I can look at my service team and see who is talking to who, what they're talking about. This is great. This is all live today. Now, this is new. What you're seeing here is that same view for the other part of my workforce, my AI agents. I can see which agents are talking to which customers, what they're talking about, and my agents can even raise their hand and ask for help. I can see this first service agent is having a conversation about warranty policy changes and has raised their hand. I can drill in and look at why. And I can see why, right? The customer's frustrated. We changed our warranty policy, they were confused. Now, there's always a question, right? Is this a one-off, or is this something I need to pay attention to and really resolve? Now, to answer questions like that, I switch over to CX Intelligence. Now, this is the tool that brings together all of those insights across all of those conversations into one place. I can see my CSAT and how it's trending, how my customer responses, my volume is trending. All of this is brought together. Now, I love this graph. This graph shows me overall sentiment for all the conversations, and I can drill down into the negative ones and see what is driving it. Look right at the top there. This warranty issue that last conversation was about is right at the top of the list. Now, correlation and causation aren't the same. I gotta drill into this a little bit more, and usually that would mean calling up and getting in line for the data analyst, but now I have Agentforce to help me. Right here in the flow of work, I can ask that question, hey, Agentforce, what's going on here? Summarize all the customer sentiment around these warranty cases, and I get an actionable summary. I see that there is an issue with the warranty coverage, and I see that the reason is a communications gap. Well, let's fix that communications gap. Let's take action. First thing we gotta do is draft an email explaining to our customers the warranty changes, apologizing for making a sudden shift, maybe offering them a discount code. We can draft that email right here in Agentforce. The second thing I gotta do is let the team know that this is an issue. They gotta look at the warranty policy. Where am I gonna do that? In Slack, where my warranty team is working. I can send the email and the context of this analysis right into Slack so the team is on it. They're gonna be able to take a look at those warranty policies. We just broke a land speed record in going from insights into actually taking action to improve our customer service. All right, let's take a step back at what we just saw. We just saw 4 incredible steps to move to an AI-first service organization. Self-service, assisting our contact center reps, delivering proactive field service, and getting better insights from all of our service supervisors to improve our service quality continuously. Let's give it up for our demo drivers. Thank you very much, guys, for showing us those incredible demos. So, we've seen the demos. Let's talk about how all this comes together in action. I am thrilled to have a panel come join me, hosted by my colleague, Rebecca here, of 2 incredible trailblazers. We've got Luke, who's the CTO of AIA New Zealand, the leading life insurer in New Zealand, and Jamie, the general manager of BOC, the leading gas provider, industrial gas provider. Please give it up for our fantastic trailblazers.
Thanks, everyone. And what did you think of the session, guys?
It's just moving so fast. Every time you see a demo, you're like, we're doing heaps and we still feel like we're moving, falling behind where we want to be. So yeah, so much to learn in these sessions.
You're already doing a great job across your business. What about you?
Yeah, it looks easy, doesn't it? I think that it really looks really easy. So to organise your data and sort of work through a process, I think it looks easy, but obviously there's a lot of processes to go through to make sure you maximise that opportunity.
Great. And Luke, I know that you've already made great inroads in terms of implementing AI across your business and across your service channels. But for the audience, so that we can really get to understand, where did your journey begin? What was life like before you implemented Service Cloud?
Yeah, 100%. So we had been a Salesforce customers for a while, but alongside that, we were running a really, I suppose, traditional standalone telephony platform with no integration into our CRM. So our frontline agents were literally copy and pasting phone numbers across to look up customers. And this time last year, we made the decision to move forward in our contact center with Service Cloud Voice and Genesis, and went from a business case to live with pretty much what we saw in the demo before we kicked off in 3.5 months. So a really successful project for us. Not all our projects go quite like that. This was an exceptional piece of work.
So 3.5 months sounds pretty quick. It was a bit of an aha moment for you, I'm assuming, across the business.
Yeah, it really was. Aha moment that using new technology doesn't need to be difficult and doesn't need to mean that your operations team have that big dip when it goes live as well. So we were, I suppose, surprised to the upside when we went live, and within 48 hours, our call center metrics were starting to trend above where they were before we cut across. So the technology underlying was doing exactly what we wanted. And my real aha moment when it comes to AI happened a few weeks ago. I was back on the phones with the team listening to calls, and so we're an insurance company on life and health insurance. So a lot of the calls dealing with customers' medical information or potentially emotive calls, like some of them are big conversations to be having all day, every day. And seeing our agents, we haven't launched, AI's coming really soon, but seeing our agents on the phone, talking to customers and trying to have these difficult conversations, and at the same time, half distracted because they're taking notes or they're trying to catalog the conversation in their head so they can write a really great summary after the call. You just could see the load on the team.
Yeah.
And I went straight from sitting on some live calls and seeing that in action to then seeing the demo of some simulated calls using call summary and case wrap up.
Yeah.
And that was the wow moment. I mean, the productivity gain was super obvious, but the bigger benefit that was hard to see at face value was just taking all the load off our team and letting them have the conversations with the customers, knowing that magic happens in the background and the minutes of the meeting and the summary of the call are all there waiting for you afterwards. It's going to be huge.
And I think when we talked about it, you said just they're actually able to, really demonstrate empathy with customers and really listen to them and help them, which is just actually what you're there to do, right?
Yeah, the
That's
quality
the
of the conversation just goes up without
incredible.
trying harder. It's easier and the outcomes for the customers are going to be heaps better. So yeah, it is really
incredible.
exciting.
Yeah. And Jamie, what about you? What was life like before Service Cloud?
Yeah, so I'll just take back a couple of steps if I can. So we're a large gas supplier to many industries, whether that be healthcare, manufacturing, mining, even space. So we several years ago, we actually implemented the Sales Cloud for our field sales team. And one of the reasons behind that is around the transparency of opportunity and customer management, which was pretty vacant. Going back a few years ago, we implemented the Service Cloud in our customer service center, and similar issues with the fact we didn't understand the quality of the interaction. We didn't understand how the customer was coming to us and what their issues were. So that was a real benefit. Where when we implemented that, and even in the last 12 months, we've seen abandoned rates go down about 3.5%, and call wait times about 21%. The next piece for us is really and what we've done more recently is implemented the field service cloud. Yeah. So we have a customer engineering team that go out and service a number of different customers in many different industries, and we actually had no transparency of what they've been doing and how to schedule them, and planning was a real issue. So what we did is we put that in place, and the team have done a great job doing it, but we've actually seen a cost base or a cost stack benefit of about 5.3%. And that's all got to do with density of work and where to put them in the field, as well as a reduction in work order time as well. So it's been a great benefit on both fronts.
Great. And where are you on your AI journey?
Where are we on our AI journey? So, $1 million question, and I probably should say some positive stuff. No, of course it's going to be positive. But I think currently we've got, and probably what was pretty exciting last week is we had about 150 of the sales leaders for BOC and LGAS who's part of our company on the Central Coast, and sort of we were presenting these AI tools, and it was very exciting. So I should tell you what they are. So the first one is we've got a chatbot on our e-channel that's working through placing orders, and placing orders direct into SAP. So what the demo you've just seen, very similar to that, and very much around a transactional agent bot sitting there. The second piece that we're working with is just around the ability as an assistant, so an Agentforce assistance within our retail chain, and that's really starting to give the best quality and best training for that individual to deal with the customer in real time. So two very exciting opportunities, and I think the reflection and sort of being part of today as well was there's so much opportunity for this within our business in many different formats, and it's just really speed of execution.
Yeah, great. And Ryan, you're not done yet. We're going to bring you back into the conversation.
I'll wear my customer hero hat and tell our story.
Yeah, of course.
You heard about how Salesforce uses Agentforce this morning in the keynote. In this kind of behind the scenes session, I'll just say that we didn't start there, right? There's a journey, right, to get to that 85% resolution rate, 1% escalation rate. It's an incredible spot that we're at today. It's not where we started, right? That there's a journey where we started putting Agentforce into the corner of our help site where people talk to it just like it was a predictive bot, and we had to learn and improve. And I just love hearing these journeys of where you get started, you lay the foundation, and you grow from there. There's so much more we could hear from both of your stories. It's incredible. Please give it up for our trailblazers. Thank you so much. I'm gonna close us out here because we are indeed out of time. So I'm gonna close this with just a reminder. Please don't leave this session today without getting hands-on with Agentforce. Build an agent, see what it's really like, the power and the difference from predictive AI. Stop by our service booth in the campground. Please, one more round of a hand for our entire team here. Thanks, everybody.